what really happened 2 nights ago. I admit I flew the balloon up to the roof, but when I arrived, Judge Gabrielle and the president were already there. That came as a surprise, I have to say. Only the president noticed me, and he made the good judge leave right away. And then he pointed his gun at me and fired. Oh, that's simple enough. When I arrived, he was just about to murder your friend the judge here. Yeah, you. You told him about Sean. What did you think would happen? Why do you think he met with you in the first place? He thought you were going to expose him as an imposter. Because she knew the truth about Sean's parentage. He was afraid. Afraid? Yeah, you can say that. Man was a total coward. His hands were shaking so much when he tried to get rid of me, he couldn't even shoot straight. So you see, I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was an innocent bystander.
Hold it!
Around what time would that have been? Just after 11, I think. That's when you and your pal went up to the roof, right, Your Honor? Yes, it was. No contradictions there, but the fact that we've confirmed the time is important nonetheless. And because I arrived when I did.
Hold it!
So you didn't expect to find the two of them there? Of course not, why would I? But it's lucky I got there when I did. We all know what would happen if I'd been any later. He was just about to try and kill you, Gabrielle. You really didn't suspect a thing. I'm afraid I did not. I had no idea. Maybe you shouldn't have blabbed to him about the kid. Did you ever think of that? I was merely trying to... What kind of mother are you? You're lucky he didn't kill you and then go after the boy.
Objection!
I'm your opponent here, not Judge Gabrielle. Now leave her alone and tell us what we need to know. Don't worry, Your Honor. I'll take it from here. I am in your debt, Mr. Edgeworth. As is Sean, I trust that you will look after us both. And I pray to the goddess of justice will watch over us all. Your precious goddess didn't even warn you there was a balloon right behind you.
Hold it!
He made her leave, but why? Wasn't he planning to kill her? Sure, but I bet he didn't want to do it in front of witnesses. Murderers tend to not like that. She still didn't know he wasn't the real president, right? His secret was safe for the time being. And now that he knew about Sean, he could kill both of them whenever he wanted. You two got lucky when he died, huh? Why the frowns? I'd be smiling from ear to ear if I were you. I don't think anybody will be smiling until this matter has been cleared up once and for all. So please, continue if you would. Your wish is my command. Where were we? Oh yeah, a coward of a fake president. I guess a witness suddenly appearing in the sky must have shaken him up pretty badly and he panicked.
Hold it!
You're lucky that the bullet only struck the bottom of the basket. Yeah, I tried to get out of there the second he pulled out the gun. Couldn't have my balloon going pop. But it was a close run thing. So you left then and there? Of course I did. He was shooting at me. Are you saying there's a problem with that? Does that present a problem? Yeah, a little bit. Didn't he have a young lady in the basket? In the end, you managed to leave Kay there up on the roof. Which means you didn't actually leave the vicinity, did you? Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you the next part. After he shot at me, he escaped through the hatch to the 51st floor. I hung around a little longer to make sure the coast was clear, then I landed on the roof. Would you mind appending that statement to your testimony? Makes no difference to me.
Hold it!
The hatch that leads to the storeroom where the items from the underground auction were kept. Indeed, the auction was being held on the 50th floor that day. They were, which means that if the president really did escape that way, as Mr. Saint says, somebody must have seen him. There's no way he could have passed through there unnoticed. The problem is the time at which each event occurred. But should times line up, I can think of a certain piece of evidence that could prove helpful to our case. If Simeon hadn't come along when he did, Judge Gavial might have been in serious trouble. Maybe. I don't think it's quite that simple. I think he's just a lying sack of shit. After that, he was there to commit a crime too. But in order to expose that crime, we'll need to go over his testimony in detail. There must be a hole in it somewhere. Okay. Is there anything that shows the thing? I guess not. This probably? Question mark? No. That was incorrect. What is this, Miles? You don't see it. The real meaning of what's in front of you. Nope. No, I don't. Let's be honest. Neither do you! Ow. That was a bit. Don't worry about it. You're right. I think I let my guard down for a moment there, but I won't make the same mistake twice. Here comes Mr. Saint. He really needs to stop saying stuff like that if he doesn't want the entire nation to think he's gay. He certainly seems to be, like, in the closet real deep. This. Oh. What's this? Oh. Didn't see the president pass through. You're lying to us again. I am. The president never entered the storeroom the night before last. Ms. Hart testified to that fact. What? And you believe a word of that stupid hack over mine? I beg your gosh darn pardon. Say that about the chief again, I dare ya. I'll wipe that smile right off of your stupid clown face. This is Lang. An excellent question, one that I hope to provide the answer to next. We know that he didn't leave via the elevator, so neither that nor the hatch are possible. Which leaves only one possible way of escaping off of the rooftop. How did the president leave the rooftop if it wasn't via the elevator or the hatch? Maybe it was this. Maybe it was this beautiful lighting balloon. He flew. Yes, in Mr. Saint's balloon.
Objection!
Whoa. Quit fooling around, will you? Why in the world would I give that guy a lift in my balloon?
Objection!
There was a security camera on the elevator and Ms. Hart was on the 51st floor the whole time. There's no other way you could have left the rooftop. You know what the circus is all about? Making the audience think you're in danger, giving them a thrill. But it's time to bring this act to an end. I'm not in danger here, even if you think I am. What do you mean? Watch and learn. Miss Hart, can I ask you something? You were keeping guard on the 51st floor the whole time, right? Never blinked for a moment. You bet your big toe was. I done said as much in my testimony.
Objection.
So the noise, the sound of Miles's faithful assistant falling through the hatch. That didn't scare you so badly that you fainted. So what if I did? Ain't a girl in the world don't get caught a little unaware sometimes? God, that is a sentence you have crafted, Miss Hart. Sorry, Miles, but that's what you get for putting your face in these people.
Objection.
It doesn't matter, okay? Can't have fallen down the hatch until after the president left the roof.
Objection.
Are you sure about that? Allow me to offer a little counter theory. The coward fake president fired his gun at me, and then he hid in the shadows until after your friend fell down the hatch.
Objection.
Come now. Come now, surely even you can see what I'm insinuating here. It's elementary. If the president hid under Ms. Hart until after Ms. Hart fainted, he could have passed right through the 51st floor undetected. No. And there we have it. Your little theory about the secret storeroom falls apart. No! Did he have to do that to me in my own voice? That's right. Oh, and another thing. I might have let Sean's identity slip to our pal, the president, while he was hiding in the shadows. That's why he went to set, to try and murder him the next day, only to wind up being killed himself. I do kind of enjoy his flat fucking stare. That's right, it was Sean who murdered the body double.
Objection.
What possible reason could the boy have for doing so?
Objection.
Oh, a pretty good one. He already knew he was the president's son. And how did he discover that exactly? Because I told him. One of my trademark letters. What the fuck, man? He's lying. Oh, you bet I am. Or am I? Maybe I did tell him, and maybe I didn't. Well, Shawnee boy, which is it? It was my fault the Pterosaurus head fell off the roof. I admitted that much already. But I didn't find out about my dad until today, I swear. Well. I knew about the falling head thanks to the bug. But who knew it was you who made it fall and the president died from being crushed, was it? Yeah. Alright, well that's confirmed at least. You were the murderer. Congrats on getting your revenge. That ties everything up pretty neatly, wouldn't you say? Although I guess you'd say something more like, and so the pieces fall into place at last. Well, counter my unassailable logic if you can. Gonna. You know my MO by now, right? I'm a hands-off kind of guy. I just like to pull a few strings here and there. That was the case with Bronco, with Chairman Winter. So what makes you think that I'd let that fake president stay put on my balloon? Besides, I said he was crushed to death by that model monster head. And who said old Torosaurus is not gonna fall? It all makes perfect sense. That's how our imposter wound up dead, no doubt about it. So what was the motive behind the murder? A little truth I shared, just like I said. Get it? The truth. That thing you're so fond of. That's what caused the murder here, not me. No, that's not possible. Well, is there a detective in the house? Somebody arrest that boy. Like the clown of gaslighting. Can't help noticing nobody rushing up to slap on the handcuffs. What's the matter? Just as I thought. Admit it, you're all the same. You, winner, that idiot phony president. You want the real culprit to go free so you can railroad me into a jail cell, don't you? Listen, half the chat wants to rail you, buddy, so maybe, calm the fuck down. It's the justice you all claim to love so much. You only love it when you can twist it to suit your needs.
Overruled.
No, that's not true.
Objection.
Well, if you're not going to make the move, guess I'll have to step outside and speak to an officer myself. Once I tell them the kid here is a murderer, maybe they'll finally do something.
Objection.
We're not done with your testimony yet, Mr. Saint. Why does the cat look like it's high? How did I know you'd make some excuse for stalling even longer? But you still don't have any proof, do you? Or any chance of winning this? Tell me I'm wrong. And yet you still want to prolong the agony. Well, as long as you know what you're doing. Ugh, he's not holding back. What? Did you forget that little Shawnee's life is on the line too? I'm gonna hurt your feelings extra hard. Why would I do that, Fender? You're not Phoenix, get the fuck out of here. Ah, fuck high rain. I'm being mauled. You don't. How are you today, Rain? A turnabout in thinking. Ah, fuck. He's right. Under what circumstances could the body double have been allowed on that balloon? He was a physically imposing man, and what's more, he was carrying a gun. Could he have been drugged? No, there were no traces of sedatives found during his autopsy. In which case, surely not. Are you about ready to continue, Miles? And don't forget, this is what we're playing for. This is going to be tricky, but I have time to tear that testimony down one statement at a time. I overslept and was late for work. Slept some more, got some food, I'm sitting in front of the PC doing work. The dumbass went to sleep late last night because I was making my schedule. Oh, like for stream? Murder of the so-called president. It looks nice though, Rain. You did good. A bit of a clipping issue. Okay. Cue. The strings in question being those of Sean and the president's body double in this case. You seem pretty confident of your abilities in that particular arena. That's so weird. I'm an animal tamer, remember? And what's the wildest animal of them all? That's right, humans. Hey. It didn't take much to get those two dancing to my tune. A little truth here, a little hint of revenge there. Somebody ought to thank me. I did this world a favor. Don't let him get under your skin, Kay. We have to stay strong. This man sowed the seeds of another's revenge in order to achieve his own. It was 5 AM when I got done with it. Why didn't you just finish it today instead, Ray? It's our duty to stop him, and we will succeed in that duty. Why do people do bad things, huh? Don't they realize it'll come back to bite them in the end?
Hold it!
And so you insist you had no direct involvement in any of what occurred? What can I say? I don't like to get my hands dirty. Should have loved to watch the action unfold, though. ADHD makes me time blind. I mean, samesies. All those idiots desperately trying to kill one another and they don't even know I lit the fuse. I love it. You're talking about the whole SS5 thing? Stop it. You poor papa, scrambling around for answers and finding nothing. Shucks. What does that call it again? Oh yeah. Rank incompetence. Agent Lang, please. Your father may not have closed out the case, not publicly anyway. But it was thanks to his work that we're standing here right now. Sorry about it, Miles. Your little pep talk isn't going to magically solve this case. Now I know you have your theories. You made it in Inkscape? I'm not try Inkscape, I should just like check it out, huh?
Hold it!
Used to be on Mac only, didn't it? But it's the only way he could have gotten down from the roof of that building. Alright, let's game this one out, shall we? I suppose I took him down to the ground. Like you said. Oh, what's wrong with doing that?
Objection!
So you admit it, you did take him on your balloon.
Objection!
No, I didn't. You're really obsessing over this one little detail. It isn't like you, Miles. And how do you think it went down? He held me at gunpoint and said, show me the city at night. A whole new world. That's ridiculous and you know it is. Or did you really fail to think this through?
Objection!
You said yourself you gave him Sean's identity. Surely that was enough to win him over.
Objection!
Win him over? The man who shot at me? No, 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 no.
Objection!
Objection. Very well. Let us suppose that to be true for a second. Did the autopsy show the presence of sedatives? The presence of sedatives. Ugh, it's no good. He's just giving us an opening. He's just not giving us an opening. Anyway, never mind all of that. There's more interesting things I'd rather talk about. Besides, I thought he was crushed to death by that model monster head.
Hold it!
Actually, I have some doubts about that. I mean, if the president really was killed by the Taurosaurus head...
Objection!
Don't tell me you're throwing your own pet theory in the trash, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. Aren't you the one who went through all the trouble to prove the man squished by head hypothesis was true? That may have been my theory at one point, but that was when we thought the head was the only thing that could have crushed him.
Objection!
Why the past tense? This is still your theory, no? It's not like you'd have anything else right now. No clue, I looked up Adobe Illustrator alts and downloaded Inkscape. Yeah. I want to try it because it's supposed to get, like, it's supposed to have pretty good, vector control. Which, like, Clip Studio does vector, but not the way that I would like it to. They keep saying that they're gonna expand it / fix it, and they never have, and it's been 3 versions and several years, so shrug emoji. Dude. The president's body double was crushed under the falling Tarasaurus head. Fact. No. There must be something. Some other piece of evidence that could link this man to the president's death by crushing. Don't you think it's time you gave up, Miles? I don't like watching you struggle like this. We all know who did it. The model head is practically screaming his name. Gotta be this. It's gotta be this sense. Okay, so he just landed the hot air balloon on this dude. I'm gonna tell you that now. That's what happened. You have to sort of make a little bit of a logical leap. It does not hold your hand this late in the game. But yeah, he just squashed him.
Objection!
Just wasn't sure if this was the right statement. It was. Music dropped out. Sean didn't kill the president. The president was crushed by a monster. Wait, did you really just say that? Oh, I get it. He's the kid who can communicate with giant beasts, right? Did he use his special powers? The only person in communication with monsters was you. I'm sorry, but you must have me mixed up with somebody else. No monster pals here, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Why the false modesty? You're very close with at least one such creature. In fact, you make this particular monster do exactly as you command. It was you who killed the president, Mr. Saint, and I can prove it. Yes, a quivering mockery of a monster filled with hot air, but a monster nonetheless. Not entirely unlike Mr. Saint himself. Sorry you lost me. What are you trying to say exactly?
Objection!
You seem very keen to stick to your story about having manipulated Sean and the president. But no matter how true you may have wanted it to be, there was nothing more than a desperate lie. Even the most skilled animal tamer can't make the dead do his bidding. The president was dead long before he left that roof, having been killed by your balloon. When the president attacked you from the roof, you had to think quickly in order to protect yourself. The method you chose, letting the balloon right on top of him. You didn't need to let him ride on the balloon, and he didn't need to coerce you into taking him. Because what you took away was his dead body.
Objection!
Wait a minute now, Miles. What you're saying is true. The president would have been killed 2 nights ago. Which would mean the time of death recorded in the autopsy was wrong. It would. Wow, you're really losing your touch. Look again, it's written right there. Time of death, April 5th at approximately 11 p.m. Clear as day. Ugh. Exactly. It means he died when the Tarasaurus head fell off the roof. Oh, fuck. Alright, Shine, it's time to be honest with us all. You know it's the right thing to do. You killed your daddy, didn't you? You hated him, didn't you? We get it, who wouldn't? He just left you. What kind of father would do that? No, that's not what happened. I already told you. I didn't know who he was until today. Oh, but you did know, because I told you myself. My theory really been so wide off the mark. I want to thank you once again, Miles. You hounded Winter and the guard until their crimes were finally exposed. And by ruining them both, you helped me get my revenge. Gotta love those powers of deduction. The time of death matched up. Everything else would fit. So, could he possibly have cheated the time of death somehow? Oh, and what was the other guy's name again? Carmelo Gusto. You even ran him down for me. That was just some great work you did there. Of course, Gusto, the IS-7 incident. He killed Frost and froze his body in order to conceal it. Bingo. I only wish I could have been there to see his downfall too. It's so scary. Miss Lagarde keeps asking and asking about what happened that day. Where are you, Dad? When are you coming to get me? Please, I need you to come take me away. Is it because I broke my promise? Because I didn't show up in time to help you taste your work? Here's no father. He left me all on my own. What kind of person would do that? We may have shared the same blood, but that's it. Father? What a joke.
Objection!
You may not want to hear this, Mr. Saint, but you share more than blood. Hate him all you like, but you're more like him, your father, than you know. What's that supposed to mean? Fate can be strange sometimes, but this was no coincidence. You and your father were the same, even in the methods you chose. You deliberately threw off the time of death, just as he did. I threw off the time of death? And how did I do that exactly? By hiding the president's body in a very specific place. You're not just his son, you behave like him, and that's so much worse. I mean, that's true. If I behaved like my father, I might jump off the building. You hid the body right here. Fucking, where was it? The depot? Wasn't the dump? I think it was here.
Take that!
You needed to keep the body cool somewhere, and you also needed somewhere to keep Sean. Who knew that the two were connected? You're talking about the kidnapping again? Why are we bringing that up now? Because as much as you may wish we had forgotten, we know that you kept Sean in a refrigeration unit. The same refrigeration unit in which you kept the president's body. Just as your father froze the body he was trying to conceal 18 years ago. What? You're saying I'm the same as him? The same as the animal who abandoned me? Sad irony, but undeniably true, nonetheless.
Objection!
Shut up, I'm nothing like him. I could never be like him. He's nothing to do with me, and we're nothing alike.
Objection!
Holy shit, Fender, call him out harder. This is an appropriate reaction from the clown. You don't understand. You may have tried to disown your father, but he lives on in everything you do. You think the same way. And you're every bit as prepared as he was to sacrifice others in order to protect yourself. Your crimes were even exposed in the same manner. You couldn't be more similar. What should I say? I don't know anything about a refrigeration unit. And the kidnapping? Nothing to do with me.
Objection!
Nonsense, you did it so you could blackmail Judge Gavial. We know for a fact you were involved.
Objection!
You're a real danger to be around, you know that, Miles? What aren't you going to accuse me of? But it changes nothing. You still don't have any proof of incitement, of kidnapping, of anything. Oh wait, are you planning on maybe fabricating some? Taking a leaf out of old Winner playbook? Ugh, never. Would never do that. Can't let myself rise to the provocation. What was the line? No matter what happens, we must find the truth, or something like that. But only when the truth suits you, huh? But that's how the law keeps people down, isn't it? And why I had to get revenge myself. I got away with it. I got away with it all. Lagarde, Winner, and now you. None of you can touch me. I mean, everything points to this man being our culprit. We need evidence, even just one piece. Alright, it's been fun, but it's time we brought this little show to an end. Don't you think? Stick around for the main event though, won't you? I'll even let you in for free if you finally admit defeat. Who was that? Gummy! No, not Franny. She might show up. Just to hit me. Miles is like, I'm glad you're here, but also, god damn it. And Detective Gumshoe, do you have anything to report? Excellent work, Detective. Well, Mr. Saint, it must be some kind of mistake. Why would a circus need a refrigeration unit? A valid question, I suppose, but we're no experts on the circus trade. Perhaps we could ask your department manager for her thoughts on the matter. Well, Miss Berry? We do hire a unit to store all of the food for the animals. But I don't know where it is. I leave all that to Simeon. He's so good at that kind of thing. You fool! Oh, I'm sorry, Simeon, you're scaring me. It's such a shame, but rushing to find a solution after the fact so often leads to mistakes. You knew that if the body was found in the unit, the suspicion would fall on you. So you panicked and moved to the grounds of the big building instead. Gumshoe was absolutely waiting outside the tent for a dramatic moment. It totally was. He was being dramatique again. But you weren't counting on Sean being found in the unit when you kidnapped him. If only you'd known you were up against a great thief and an even greater detective. What? Are you gonna give this man a raise so he can eat something aside from ramen? Is everything alright? You're looking a little pale. It's just the makeup. Don't think you've won just yet, Miles. You're missing proof for the most important part, you little Siri. Yeah, perhaps you could enlighten us. You don't have any evidence that I crushed the Resident Faker with that balloon. Bonus points, he abandoned a child just like his father. 2 of them! Because, he tossed the 17-year-old on a roof and left. And I know you don't, because there isn't any. I'm afraid there is. What? Mr. Saint murdered the victim, as we think he did. There should be traces of your misdeed on this piece of evidence. The balloon?
Take that!
Analysis of the balloon basket should turn up all the evidence we need. The balloon again? You already have your bullet hole. What else do you expect to find? And he's just like, yeah, whatever they said, I don't fucking care. Just stay calm and see this through to the end, Miles Edgeworth. A perfect victory is only moments away. Hi, Franny. I don't know when you got here. The president's body double was killed by the balloon. Traces of a certain substance will prove that. And you, Simeon Saint, will pay for your crimes at last. Oh, there she is, sneaky woman. She might have been here the whole time, just wasn't saying anything and I forgot, because it's been a hot minute. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, deal the final blow to this unforgivably wicked man. The last piece of evidence will prove your guilt beyond a doubt. What should we expect to find on the balloon if it was used to crush the What should we expect to find on the balloon if it was used to crush the president? Flowers. Because they were squished onto his body, and his body had all kinds of yellow goo on it, so... When Sean found the president's body, he also found a bouquet of lion lilies. That should prove a bunch of flowers that will be rotting at the dump by now. A bunch of flowers that Sean threw away, so much for your beautiful symbol of parental connection. That's got nothing to do with any of this. Ignore him, Sean. You threw those flowers away, that much is true. But the bond they represented remains as strong as it ever was. The president held on to them until the last, an act which provided us with our final piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about? The flowers Sean disposed of had been squashed flat. They must have been crushed by the balloon. If we examine the basket for traces of lion lily pollen, what do you think we might find? No, you don't need to do that. You looked over the basket just now. Anyway, if there was pollen stuck to it, you would have seen it. Those flowers are bright yellow.
Objection!
Not all evidence is visible to the naked eye, Mr. Saint. Huh? Emma?
Yeah?
I'd like to call on your scientific skills once again, if you don't mind.
Leave it to me. Alright, let's take a look at this balloon basket, shall we?
Hell yeah, Emma.
I've got something. Bright yellow pollen, just like you said.
It's from the same flowers. It shouldn't take more than a quick test to prove it. What? And there we have it. You murdered the president. And this murder you carried out yourself. No, how could this... No. You crushed the president with that balloon. Then you loaded his body onto the basket and took him to the refrigeration unit. Because you knew another incident was scheduled to occur that same evening. Exactly. If he had left the body there, it would have interfered with his other plans. Indeed not, so while returning to the big building to drop the body off again the following night, he must have observed the fire Sean caused in the Taurosaurus head falling as a result. That's what gave you the idea, wasn't it? To frame Sean for the murder. You made it seem as if the falling head was what killed him, so that my son would take the blame? Despicable coward. In order to achieve your aim, you lowered the president's body from the balloon to the lot below. And while he was dangling from the rope you used, he was caught on Sean's rehearsal tape. I was wondering about this because I didn't remember this part. I was like, why does it look like this man is just walking around the set? He's dead. He's been dead because I've played this before, so I knew he was dead at that point. I was like, how is he there? No, how did you see through it all? How? You manipulated people and you manipulated this case just as you manipulate animals on the stage. You thought you were all powerful, but your reign is at an end.
The animals look like they're mad with you, Simeon. Even Money and Azia, whatever your name is, you fucking weird elephant. They thought you were their friend, but you're not. And they're sad and mad all at the same time.
Stop it! Stop looking at me like that! Perhaps they will, when you finally stop clowning around. Really? Really, Edgeworth? You come out with one joke and that's it? You're not cut out for comedy. You're not cut out for comedy. Your tale is destined to end with a whimper. I don't... Get away from me! Get away from me! Leave me alone! Dad, where are you? I'm so scared. I don't know what you're talking about. I've done nothing wrong. Nothing. I'm not the bad one they are. Wait, Bronco, why did you stop me from seeing my dad? If only none of them did what they did, I wouldn't... I couldn't trust the police. I couldn't trust anybody. All alone. Nobody to help me. But that man, he helped me. And Candace was the only one who ever helped me, so what if I used people? I had to. Is that so wrong? No, leave me alone! Leave me alone! This is one of the longest breakdowns in Ace Attorney history. Boo to you too, Mew. Sorry, I don't know what I did wrong. I apologize. Seems the game is up at last. Oh, to Edgeworth's joke. Good. He deserves a boo. Man got gorilla wham. He sure did. The killer. Mr. Edgeworth, may I be the first to congratulate you. You have unmasked the person behind this entire sorry affair. Now I am free to... Nope! Guns are so clumsy, don't you find? I don't have a gun. Please, not only are you carrying one, you were just about to draw it. He must have stolen it from the president after murdering him. This gentleman betrayed a bond of trust. He knew this so-called president was an imposter, and yet he employed me to kill him nonetheless. There is nothing more dangerous for an assassin than to be lied to about the nature of one's target. If one does not know what cards one's opponent is holding, one can be very unpleasantly surprised. But that was not your true crime. No, thinking you could deceive me, manipulate me. That is the crime for which you are about to pay. No. The killer, hold your hand. Say your hand, sir. Oh. You. Assassin showdown. Let's go. Look at his little sad clown face back there. It's been a while, the killer. Step aside, Canis. This man is my target. I would politely ask that you call off this particular job. He'll pay for his crimes, but in prison, not at the end of your blade. And if I refuse, Let us just say that I might not take the loss of the one life I ever saved too well. You saved a life. Canis, the blind butcher himself. Preposterous, I know. But yes, I, who have taken so many lives, once chose to preserve one, that of an innocent young pup. And he, in his turn, saved mine. Something of a bond formed between us. Laugh all you like. I know I would. But I would respectfully request that you spare him. As one professional to another, I ask that you let this particular target live. Very well. The boy must mean a lot to you. Thank you. I am in your debt. You need not thank me. I simply see little point in the two of us killing one another. Now then, I bid you all good day. Yeah, seriously, you guys just let the killer walk out of here. Kelly is a fucking ghost. I love him. Get him, Lang. You have my many thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. This young pup needs to be shown the error of his ways. And you have done just that. Alright, I suppose we'd better be going back. Our ironclad enclosure awaits. Doesn't it, Helmet? Yes. Yes, it does. Oh, hello. You killed my dad, didn't you, old man? I will not lie. I did. My victims deserve to be remembered, at the very least. But I sense a great hatred for me from you, honored pup. In that case. Sean, no. You must not falter, little one. Here, you may use my knife. Take it and cut my throat. One sure slice is all it takes. I was growing rather tired of carving my little statues anyway. I want revenge. I want it so badly. Please, Sean, I beg of you. At least I did until just now. Would have done anything to make you pay, no matter how long it took. Oh, but you should make those who have wronged you pay. It will make you feel so good, trust me. All the pain, all the suffering, it all goes away. It drowns it all out, numbs it. Maybe it does. And listening to you, I thought maybe that's what I wanted. Sean. It's not just about me. Say I get my revenge. How does that help anybody the fuck else? If I become a murderer, my mom suffers 10 times more than I ever would. And so would all the people I work with. They're counting on me, and they worry about me. It's thoughtful words indeed, little one. Yeah, well, I get it now. I won't ever forgive you, but I shouldn't be the one who gets to punish you. That's what these guys are for. My mom, the prosecutor, people like that. Sean. You had a pretty decent mom. You could at least consider trying to better yourself, Kay. Very well. Then I suppose we'll be on our way. With me, young pup. On our way? To where? Where else? To the prison. Our home. Our home? Oh, Simeon, you get to spend the rest of Canis's life hanging out with him. Good for you, buddy. And with that, the case came to an end. A case that dragged so many people into its orbit. But as for me, there was one last thing I had to do. April 8th, 2:54 p.m. Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence Chamber. Type that.
Mr. Edgeworth, your request has been processed and approved.
I've asked for my prosecutor's badge to be reinstated.
Your badge? What is the meaning of this?
I am returning it. From this day forth, I'm a prosecutor no longer. A great man once said that an attorney's job is to be a friend to the friendless, and to trust his clients to show him the way to the truth. Yeah, you don't have a crush at all, sweetie. That man's image will be forever burned into my memory. My father in the courtroom fighting for those who could not fight for themselves. Oh. Your dad? Okay. I really thought you were going to talk about your dad and not the boy you've had a crush on since 4th grade. It's fine. But that was his path. Your path. Mine lies elsewhere. My path is that of the prosecutor. Always was. I'm sorry. It is. I understand. You once asked me something, Fender. I've been thinking about that question ever since, about how I'm meant to live my life. And now that this case is over, I think I finally know the answer. I'm going to help people as a prosecutor. Look at it this way. Simeon Saint was also a victim of sorts. Ooh, we can. He lost his only parent all those years ago, and with him, his ability to believe in a just world. I know how that feels. To lose somebody so important to you, lose faith in everything. To doubt everything and be utterly alone, to fight and fight and fight. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty, so I make that my policy. But I was lucky. Somebody was kind enough to save me from myself. We can't show Phoenix, but it's implied. Mr. Saint had nobody. He had no faith in the law. He felt that seeking revenge himself was the only option. But I doubt even you imagined that the body double would ever go so far as to co-opt our country's police. Welcome back from break. Thanks for hanging out. I want to help people like him. If he had been able to rely upon the law, none of this would have happened.
Chairman Winner made a mockery of justice, and in so doing drove Mr. Saint away from seeking it. Law is only as good as its practitioners. It can be a shield that keeps the people safe from harm, or a sword wielded to wound them. Just one among the many of the law's great contradictions.
Sometimes doing her voice is like trying to hit a note that's just out of range. But one cannot solve such contradictions in the law without engaging with it. I don't think an attorney could have saved Mr. Saint. But a prosecutor? A custodian of the law? I think that perhaps they could have. I plan to take up my badge again and confront those contradictions at every turn. I understand that, but somebody has to do it. This really bookends nicely into the Phoenix Wright like 4th game and above the Ace Attorney, the mainline Ace Attorneys. The 4th game is technically Apollo's game, but yeah, that's the point at which Phoenix is like, hey, what if we fix the whole justice system? And he's got Edgeworth by his side for the whole thing. I mean, not visibly, but like sort of visibly. Edgeworth just shows up in his fucking rat ass car and is like, hey, what's up? Here to fix shit. I actually really like the 4th game a lot. And, thank you.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, if you're ready to begin, we can get the ceremony underway.
Please.
By the power invested in me by the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, I, Verity Gavial, do hereby, in the sight of the Almighty Goddess, reinstate Miles Edgeworth as a servant of the law.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, Fender. Thank you again, Fender, for everything. I would relish the opportunity to face an attorney trained by my father. I hope that day comes very soon, and that I trounce you very publicly. Yeah, her name is Truthhammer. Her name has been Truthhammer this whole time, which is why I kind of like her old name better, which was like Courtney. Like, yeah, no, Courtney sounds less pompous, but she's a little pompous, so I guess it works. She's very much like fucking overzealous cleric or paladin vibes.
Welcome back into the fold, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Thank you, Judge Gavial. I owe you more than I could say.
You too?
You strove to right the wrongs of the committee from the inside. That must have been a lonely battle indeed.
Not at all. I was never truly alone.
Thank you for teaching me that it's possible to fight in such a way. The contradictions within the committee are like those within the legal system itself.
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome in, Zephyr. We are just wrapping up Ace Attorney Investigations 2, one of my favorite games, like of all time. So this is the last you'll see Edgeworth for a while. What were you guys doing? Dungeons and Dragons? Please tell me about your D&D game. If we aren't able to overcome them, the real truth will forever evade us. I have you to thank for teaching me that, and setting me on this path. I hereby swear to confront the contradictions that afflict the law, and to overcome them.
And thank you for your commitment to the cause, as does the Almighty Goddess. I truly believe that such efforts are necessary in order for the law to grow and improve.
I will look forward to seeing you in the courtroom again soon.
As will I. You did not see the best of me when I last oversaw a trial. The next time will be different. I will show you what it means to serve justice with true impartiality.
You'll never see her again. Say goodbye to Gabrielle. Judge Gabrielle, I don't mean to call your motivation into question.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
But, to my mind, the ideal judge is not wholly impartial. The ideal judge is human. Even in the courtroom, they laugh, they cry, they rage, they smile. And then, when all is said and done, they pass on a judgment based on that very humanity. I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but perfection isn't always the loftiest of ideals, and it's certainly not the only thing to strive for. Stares pointedly at his sister. Forgive me, this is my opinion. Nothing more.
You are right, of course. There are other ways. I thank you for sharing your insights. Mr. Edgeworth, there's another reason I was never truly alone during my long struggle against Chairman Winner. Someone else was with me. Someone other than the goddess. This clipping gave me more courage than words can express. Simply having it near me gave me hope. No matter how hard things get, no matter how formidable one's opponent, when we feel that we are not alone, we can keep going, no matter how hard the road ahead. Mistakes have been made, but we must fix them, for Sean's sake more than anyone's.
Like the mistakes made in the incident in which his father died. We're raiding a noble ghost party and our ranger did disguise self and is currently a gossipy old lady named Glinda. That's wonderful.
So you see, there's something more important to even me. More important even to me than the words of the goddess. Though it may anger her to hear me say such things.
So that was your secret weapon all along, the strength of your bond with your son.
Perhaps you are right. Perhaps I should not strive for an unachievable perfection, but I must grow. As a servant of the law and as a mother. That I believe above all else.
I see. It seems that we both have plenty still to learn.
Indeed, we are neither of us perfect yet. Let us continue along our chosen paths, and continue to grow as we tread them, until we meet again. I will look forward to that day. May the goddess watch over you as you embark upon the next step of your journey.
Later, ho. Actually, see you never, ho. Verity's gone forever. I hope you didn't love her, because she's not in any other games. Oh, he's just gonna autoplay this, okay. I can't read that fast, buddy.
Objection!
Anyways, I love this game. So this was like a thank you to the fans game. This was a like anniversary game. And they didn't release it in the West until recently. Which is why I was so excited to play it. I really, really love this game. You get to see pretty much everybody. Even Frank saw it from the very first game. And you get to see fucking Lotta, you get to see Emma, who I love, you get to see so many cool characters. And all of the evidence from old cases in the auction. It's very much a love letter to fans, and I love it. And it's very stupid that it took this long to get here, but we have it now. And I hope you guys liked playing along with me, even when I fucked up a few times. But you know, Shelly's in it. I love Shelly. It's a good game. I really liked it. And I'm glad I got to share it with you guys, finally. let you guys read everything coming out. And then after this is over, we will go to raid my buddy Soul. Bye, buddy. Oh, he's a little bear. Here's Frankie. Still studying every single day. Get fucked, saw it. I was so shocked. Sorry. Oh god. Forgot about the ventriloquist. I don't want to think about the ventriloquist. That dude is a yikes. It's interesting to hear from the bad guys in the game, because usually you don't, you just hear from everybody who, like, you helped. But because Edgeworth's game is more complicated, you get to hear from these guys. Glass full of candy making. Sounds like me. I love making candy. Maybe I'll do that again this year. Though I don't need any more candy, to be fair. Oh, it's Miss Scone. Oh, you tiny little horrible. It definitely doesn't remind me of my mom at all. Just short and adorable and kind of weird. Skinny as a tent peg. Oh god. Hi, Larry. What did you draw? Larry, what did you draw that you made a woman dump you? Larry, what did you draw? Did you draw hentai? Were you drawing weird hentai in your sketchbook and you're like, check this out, babe? Hi, Detective Bad. Did you see the IS-7 case? Wasn't paying attention. I think he was asking about the case in which Miles almost got fucking got for murder. I think you should get back to work too, lady. And keep the dead waiting. That would be rude. You've really kind of watched that clock. They're already late. Laugh at my jokes, god damn it. Hi, Emma. You can do it. Doesn't do it. Oh, Franny. Franny wasn't being a rude little shit. I'm impressed. Good job, Francisca. Oh. Highway. Hey Eustace. You gave up the whole the winner thing. Good job, kid. You did. Are you gonna maybe go study all the shit that you didn't learn? Yeah, that's the important part, the nickname. Will! I think the murder stories in the gossip scenes. Why? I don't know, buddy. Oh. You're the star of the show, kid. April 8th, 4:17 p.m. Prosecutor's building. High Prosecutor's office. We've been promoted? Alright. Unbelievably so. How did so many important cases come along at once? Yet, I don't think the good detective is entirely wrong. Well, okay, what now? Will you be returning to your thieving practice? Yatagarasu, or a Yatagarasu at least. She's right. After all, nothing thrives in the shade. You can be your own hero? Alright, sweetheart. That sounds like an admirable plan indeed. I think this is Kay's last appearance too. Yes, and I'll be counting on you too, Detective. It's kind of a bummer, I like Kay a lot. Just as I've been counting on you these last few days. You've helped us out many times to mention. I think your next salary review may come as a pleasant surprise. What's the matter? I'm saying I'll see to it that you get paid a little more, Detective. You gonna cry? But don't think I'll be letting you rest on your laurels. Your work won't be getting any easier. I hope you understand that. Thunder and Judge Gaviel sent me on a new path in life. A path on which I will face down every contradiction that the law has to present. A path whose end lies with the ultimate truth. But can I really do this? I need to give it some serious thought. It certainly won't be easy. Nonetheless. Mr. Edgeworth. Don't tell me you want kids. The strength of my bonds. What is it? I do vaguely remember something about that. I can't help feeling a little sorry for the truth in that case. I don't know, the truth might be into it. You don't know how kinky the truth is. Indeed, nothing at all. My father followed his own path right to the end. And now I follow a path of my own making, but I am not alone. I have some colorful companions to help me. And as long as they're beside me, I won't lose my way. It's a new path, and a new me. And I'll be walking it as a prosecutor, not an attorney. My father's path and mine are different, but they're not as separate as they may seem. Though the routes differ, the destination is the same. Also, this one gets paid more, because of course, both end at the truth.
Yay! We did it!